All right, so welcome back to Cosmic Vibes Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Nagesti. I will be doing April predictions, and this will be for the sign of Gemini. Later on during the week, I would like for you to check out for your sun, moon, and rising sign, so you'll be able to get a deeper intel of what's to come towards you in the month of April. So, with all that being said, Gemini, grab a seat. Sit back, relax, and let's get right to this reading. I'm going to start off with the Arcana Astrology deck, and then I'll break it down with Tarot. And then I'll pull some additional messages with my sacred symbols just to see what your spirit guides would like you to know. Remember, these are also general messages, so take what resonates and leave the rest that doesn't. And let's just get right to it for you, Gemini. What is to come to April, in the month of April for Gemini? What should they know about? What should they be aware? What should they be prepared for? Thank you, Spirit. So we have the fifth house here. What else, Spirit? We also have Cancer. And then we also have, what else? We have the first house here. So this is a lot about nurturing your relationships, especially when it comes down to being out in the open, having more fun and bringing more a light-hearted spirit into your, well-being around the people that you love, you care about, around yourself here, especially when it comes down to your identity with the first house. This is how you're going to be perceived in the next month of April here. You may be coming off with a nurturing type of personality here. You'll be putting a lot of family and friends first here, trying to have a better connection. I'll read a little bit about the fifth house and the first house, so you get some type of familiarity with this. So let me just get right to it. Oh, we'll start with the first house. So when it comes down to the first house, it's saying you're in the spotlight right now and you need to take full advantage of it. If you're naturally an extroverted person, this will be a walk in the park. But if you're more of an introvert, you may struggle with having all eyes on you. Be aware that this won't last forever. So do your best to use the energy to get ahead. The concept of fake it until you make it is tied to the first house. We all have different masks that we need to put on from time to time to get through the day. And there's no shame in that. Using what resources you have is a smart move. So Gemini, this is a current time for you where you're going to be up front and center here, especially when it comes down to your connections. We're going to go right on down to the fifth house, and it's saying here this is one of the most playful and joyous cards in the deck. Having this energy in your reading is a clear-cut sign that you need to loosen up and have some fun. What activities do you find pleasurable, and how can you devote more time to them? It's saying if you're feeling guilty about doing things that you love, it's only a matter of time before you start to resent your responsibilities. In the long run, you will be more productive and happier overall if you have a bit more fun. So it's time to start just putting yourself out there more, Gemini, especially when it comes down to being around other people here. It's telling you that you need to loosen up and have a lot of fun coming into your life here. So it's not a time to be in hermit mode for the month of April. It's time to be very extroverted, especially when it comes down to the Cancerian energy. So this is asking you to nurture yourself, have a lot of self-love and love towards other people here, and just start building a home front here in regards to the first and the fifth house. It's telling you that a lot of people are going to want to be around you at this current moment because of your personality of giving like a Cancerian type of personality here. You're very kind, you're very understanding, and a lot of people will be gravitating towards that with that kind of energy here. So it's time to just loosen up. Let your guard down a little bit, have a good time, embrace this new weather that we're having here. It's starting to get warmer, so it's time to be outside, get closer and connect and just have a good time. I'm going to break it down with some tarot cards for you. We're going to find out what the fifth house is about. Thank you, Spirit. What is the fifth house here? The Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of things are going to be turning out in your favor here. If you were coming from a past struggle, and probably in the month of March here, things are going to get a lot lighter for you. It may have took you some time, but Spirit is definitely urging you to step outside your comfort zone. Maybe you need to start traveling as well. Also, you have a lot of knowledge, and when it comes down to your nurturing abilities here and what you should be doing, and you're trusting that favor here, following your intuition here, being led to be strategic on how you're going to start taking action for yourself and other people. But it's definitely in a good light for you, especially with this Cancer energy here. It's definitely letting you know that it's safe to, be around other people. It's not a time for you to hide from the world. Okay, people need to hear what you got to say. What else with the wheel for the fifth house, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles as well. So while you put yourself out there and you start connecting, you start having more fun here, you're definitely going to be able to balance out a lot of things in your life, especially when it comes down to like work and play mode. Maybe you've been on the grind for the past couple of months, all right, during the winter time, and you just been trying to be as grounded as possible. And it's like Spirit is trying to allow you to bring more balance. Like you can have some fun at this current moment. You are the star is what I'm getting here. It's like you're very creative, and this orange is definitely reminding me of like your sacral chakra. So there's a lot of things that you find pleasure in, and Spirit is trying to push you to do that. Especially when you have the veil on, it's like you're trying to figure out, is it safe to have some fun? Is it safe to connect with others here? But Spirit is telling you, yes, it's okay to be kind and gentle. All right, you got to be ready to embrace and be closer to the ones that you love. With this Two of Pentacles energy and the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of balance is being restored at this current moment for you in the month of April, and it's going to bring you a lot of peace. All right, what else? Thank you, Spirit. We also have the Six of Swords here. Maybe you feel like you're having a hard time accepting this, especially with the Six of Swords. You think of being able to move on to calmer waters here, but Spirit is saying for you to stand in your inner power here, because there was a point that you felt like you were stagnant, you were frozen. Maybe you felt like you had a lot of responsibilities to adhere to first before you can go and have fun, but now Spirit is making way so you can balance that energy out. It's definitely telling you to start shining your inner light here. You're surrounded by your spirit guides as well. It's like they're definitely giving you peace. You can see beyond the horizon, like what you're truly meant to do. And once again, this little girl is standing on top of a high, skinny type of rock here, and she's still like balanced. You see, she's even veiled, and she's holding up a wand here. So Spirit is telling you it's time for you to start taking action and moving on to calmer waters here. It's safe to relax. You're able to breathe a little bit. But you may not see this yet because you're still stuck on go mode when it comes down to work and responsibilities. But Spirit is saying it's time to let loose a little bit here. Okay. We also have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here. It's like maybe you're scared that if you relax a little bit and have a good time, maybe you'll miss out on an opportunity, but you need to see the opportunity as being, pointed to you right then and there, right now. It's telling you to hone into your intuition. This is solar plexus energy. So this is your creative side. This is your fun side here. It's like you're being intuitively guided here with the snake and the knowledge here that your expression and your emotions and your creativity here, once again with this Cancerian energy here, that you're meant to stand out, you're meant to shine, you're meant to connect here. It's like you see the arch of flowers here. You're meant to have a lot of beauty in your life here. All right, so you need to decide whether you want to keep having to take unnecessary steps here, or you want to go towards something that's more, calming, more peaceful, more, it's like the Two of Wands type of energy here. You're going through the arches here, trying to find a new, better beginning for you, is what I'm getting. And then we also have the Star in reverse here. It's like you're worried on being pulled in two different directions again. It's like you're having a hard time deciding whether you are able to balance out this type of energy and having fun. With the Star being reversed, it's like you're trying to figure out your dark and your light here. Maybe you're scared that if you decide to let loose and relax a little bit, that maybe you'll miss out on something. And then you'll, have some troubles with the, like the ego or something is what I'm getting. But Spirit is saying you need to nurture both sides here. Like Spirit sees that all that you do. Okay, they're shining a light to it, but they're definitely telling you to open up your heart as well, because you have a lot of qualities that people are looking for, especially with this star energy here that you carry. This is Aquarian energy. This is you to, it's time for you to start being more rebellious is what I'm getting here. Go against the grain here. Usually people have, you know, expect you to be maybe stoic all the time, but it's like you're a Gemini. You have a goofy side. Regardless, there's two sides of you, you know. And maybe people are just very used to seeing you being serious at this moment, but Spirit is saying it's time for you to step into your inner light here, and it's time to have some type of fun in your life. You know, bring in happiness, bring in more peace. Okay, it's time to water your garden here. You know, acknowledge your emotions, that, you know, it's not just, you know, the peace and the quiet. You want to splash and have some fun. And then we have the strength in reverse here. This is you overcoming certain challenges. See, like, you got to stop being hard on yourself here, Gemini. Here we go. You see how this little girl is nurturing this big ram here? That's like Cancerian energy that I'm getting. Like, you need to nurture yourself and, you know, let yourself know that it's okay to, you know, be at peace, to smile, to laugh, to, you know, be nurturing to others here. You know, it's time to start healing your inner child as well. I'm going to pull for Cancer and see what this is all about, because, you know, it's okay to have fun, Gemini. It's okay to relax. It's okay. You have a lot of room to breathe, to do so here. People want to be around you. So, you know, maybe you have been on go mode and whatnot, but it's time for you to get outside and connect with your loved ones. Get outside and connect with nature right now. Allow yourself to be, you know. And saying that, you know, about the fifth house reading, that, you know, you may have to put on a whole bunch of different masks and things like that to, you know, get to where you go, and fake it till you make it. But Spirit is saying it's time for you to start having more fun. It's time for you to lighten up. Okay, you can't be all hard and on the go, you know, all the time. Spirit, can you show me what Cancer is? Thank you very much for Gemini. Okay, we have the High Priestess. You are internally, you know, this is what you're supposed to be doing here. All right, you have a lot of knowledge here, and that's blossoming for you here. It's like you did a lot of reflection, again, with the balance of the dark and the light. This is something that you've been called to do, okay? You have an inner knowing that you need to have a softer side. You can't always have a hard exterior is what I'm getting. And a lot of your emotions are going to be coming into play for the month of April here with this High Priestess energy. Oh, your spiritual gifts could also be, you know, coming into play as well. You might be more in tune and connected with Spirit at this time here. It's like there's certain things that you'll be unlocking and within yourself here, okay? And it's going to show the true beauty that you have inside you. All right. It's like you're no longer going to be confused about certain things. It's like you have a direction that you're going to follow with this High Priestess energy. And with that, it's going to make you be more in tune and connected with others and people that you love. What else, Spirit? We also have the Fool in reverse. Here we go with that pull of the dark and the light, like with this Star card energy here. Just before Scorpio got the Fool in reverse here, you shouldn't be afraid to start new beginnings here. It's like things have already came to light for you with this eclipse energy here, but Spirit is telling you that you can start anew. It's time to go fresh here, even though you're unaware of where this is going to lead you. Maybe you're so used to working all the time or being inside the house and things like that, and Spirit's like, you know, there's a whole outside world that needs to see you, and maybe you feel like it's not a safe, you know, space for you to do so, but it is. Spirit is guiding you to step into the unknown here, even though you are veiled here. It's like you have to trust your emotions. Everything goes through an ebb and flow. What else, Spirit? And then we have the Five of Cups in reverse here. Maybe you felt like you had lost something at some point in time here, but Spirit is saying you can definitely gain this back if you start putting yourself out there more, okay? Not all is lost with this Five of Swords in reverse, especially when it comes down to matters of the heart. Okay, you need to be more nurturing here. The more you nurture your heart and others, the more a lot of things will start popping up, such as opportunities and a lot of growth. As well as you can see, her hair is very long and ever flowing here. Or you definitely have a lot of inner knowledge. Okay, so even though you feel like things have been lost, Spirit is trying to tell you it's not here. Okay, you can overcome this challenge on starting a new beginning here. When you start this, you're going to realize how much happier you're going to be. Especially with the 5th house and the 1st house, it's like you get a big break coming along towards you, Gemini, in the month of April. What else? We have the Justice card upright here. And this is like a good side of karma here. All right, so it's telling you like you have a lot of good things in your favor here, especially when it's about to be taking on these new opportunities. Okay, maybe you feel like you don't deserve to have something new in your life, or you feel stuck and stagnant. Maybe there was something that was disappointing to you and you feel like this is the karma that you get, but that's not, you know, don't close off your heart here. All right, Spirit wants you to have it open here. They want you to be a King of Cups upright, not in reverse, okay? It all starts with matters of the heart. Mind you, this is all landing on top of the Cancer energy here. So this is a lot to do with your emotions. And with the cheetah here, this is like something quick is going to come to change for you, okay? Especially with the King of Cups in reverse here. They don't want you to be closed-minded to where you miss certain opportunities because you're so fixated on, you know, being serious all the time. Okay, Spirit wants you to be open and receiving, more nurturing, more giving. Take the action. If you see the staff here, it's kind of giving me the wand type of energy here, but you have a lot to offer. Okay, and if you decide to open up your heart, a lot of things are going to fall into place for you quickly, especially because your intuition is telling you about this as well. So you're guided to stand in your power. Thank you, Spirit. We do have the Sun here. There's something that you don't see yet. Something's coming to light. And this is all have to do with your confidence with this Queen of Wands energy as well. You need to stand in your power here and understand that you do hone the inner light here. What you do, what you say radiates. They want you to be in a high vibrating energy here. It's like you're going to be giving birth to something new. Mind you, the Fool card had came out for you earlier. So Spirit was definitely urging you to do this, but you were having a hard time to trusting yourself here. You were very closed off. Like I said, the Justice came upright, but then we had the King of Cups in reverse and the Sun in reverse. And then we had the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's like maybe you're having a very hard time, you know, accepting peace within your heart. Don't close your heart off, Gemini. This is very important for you to do here, because when you start to open up again, you'll start to realize certain things that are meant for you. Okay, a lot with this Sun energy. The Sun is always a good card, regardless if it's, you know, in reverse or if it's upright here, or a lot of certain things are going to be illuminated. A lot of truths will be coming towards you as well. You need to be prepared that you're going to ride off in the Sun. Okay, because you are able to express your emotions. If you look closely at the card, you see the water is intertwining and rising up to the Sun here, and it's giving this plant some growth here. So as long as you are open to receiving and, you know, balancing out your emotions here, understanding your dark and your light, being accepting of these new, you know, beginnings here, being gentle on yourself, realizing that you're not missing an opportunity. If you decide to actually let loose a little bit here, you'll be able to leave safely, you know, because like I said, the original cards is the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Pentacles underneath this 5th house energy. So you'll be able to have a different turn of events for you in your favor here, even though you can't see it yet. All right, they want you to be in high spirits, not low spirits here. Okay, like I said, confidence is key to you at this moment. You need to understand that you are also divinely protected at this current moment. Okay, so you need to be open to receiving. We don't want you in this negative energy. We want you upright here. Okay, like I said, we want you taking on new beginnings here. Not to be scared to do this, okay, because not all is lost here. And this is what your spirit guides are trying to tell you with this High Priestess energy. You can have the Sun in your life, even though it's hard for you to realize that at this moment. We're going to pull the 1st house as well. Thank you, Spirit. Can you explain to me what this 1st house energy is? Thank you. Okay, we had a Knight of Cups in reverse again. And remind you, the outer self is your personality, how people view you, okay? They see you as somebody that's like very cold at this current moment here with you. It's like you're scared to offer or express yourself right now with this energy. And mind you, all these cards are coming out reverse. I want you to come out upright here. Here we go with the Hangman energy. It's like there's something that you're having a hard time looking at from a different perspective here. You know? You need to be, right now, before the month of April approaches, I would take this week to do a lot of reflecting here. Because if you look at this picture, the girl is floating in the stillness of the water here. Remind you, the leaves that are falling are autumn leaves. And when we think of autumn, things are dying out. Old things are dying out. We just had the spring equinox. So now it's time for regrowth, you know. Things starting to blossom, things are starting to unfold here. So while you're in this last week of March here, just, you know, be in some stillness. If you still need a little bit of solitude and time for yourself, take this opportunity to reflect on your heart and why you're closing it up. Okay, Spirit wants you to reanalyze the situation here and see that, you know, they're trying to give you a message that it's important for you to keep going. Even though you think something is dead and over with, especially when it comes down to matters of the heart, there's still some growth there. There's still life. Okay? You see the rooster, she, you know, he or she, sorry. But the rooster's coming out of the water here. It's still fighting. It's like, it's not over yet. That type of energy, you know, you still have something to offer, something to give here, okay? And mind you, you have the statue in the background that's trying to point you into a different direction. You know, even though it's dark, you still have the full moon. A lot of things need to be released and a lot of things are being illuminated to you so you know how to handle certain things coming up in the month of April, which is basically you being able to handle having some fun. You being able to laugh, you being able to smile. I think even for your Astara card, when I did that series, it was telling you that surrounding yourself with a lot of your friends and people that you care about and being quirky is what's going to help you blossom for this whole springtime. So it's just reiterating that, okay? It's not a time for you to be closed off to the matters of emotions, the heart, being around other people here. You really need to start seeing things from a different perspective, that you do deserve kindness. You do deserve peace into your life. Okay. And the more that you know, take it on, the more opportunities are going to fall into your lap here. What else is with this first house card? Thank you, Spirit. We also have the Empress energy here. So this is like all the queens combined into one here. Okay, this is you being nurturing. This is you being confident. This is you being kind to yourself, kind to others here. This is you standing in your true power. This is like saying, I have it all. Okay. Once again, that's like that statue in the background for the Knight of Cups here, you know, was trying to point you to a new direction. They're saying, go, go, go. If you look closely, they're trying to point you somewhere. And now you have another statue in the background standing in power saying, yeah, keep taking action on yourself because look where you're coming into a higher power here. It's like you are surrounded by creativity here. It's like you will be able to understand why you had to let go certain things into your life to bring in this inner peace. Okay? A lot to deal with your sacral and your solar plexus chakra is coming into play here. So if you have any meditation frequencies, I would start, you know, working with that. It's like you are in control of your life. Nobody else can do it but you. If you want to be happy, you have every right to be. You don't have to be stuck and sad and upset over things that, you know, happened in the past here. It's time to bring something light into your life. Okay? What else, Spirit? Thank you. This is landing on top of the Six of Swords here. We have the Three of Swords on top of the Six of Swords here in reverse. So maybe you're having a tug and pull, especially when it comes down to matters of the heart again here. It's like maybe there were certain issues with money here that you may had a problem with. Maybe you felt like things were unlucky for you at a certain time here. Like maybe you were trying to give birth to something here and it didn't turn out the way that you may have wanted to, but you need to understand that, you know, certain things happen for a reason here. Maybe Spirit was protecting you, you know, and trying to let you know that this isn't the path that we want you to be on here, okay? And maybe you got a little discouraged because something didn't work out in your favor, but Spirit is saying here with this Three of Swords landing on top of the Six of Swords here that you can have a peaceful move here, you know, if you choose to take it. You know, it did come out here. You feel like maybe you're being held back by something, but Spirit is saying you can move on. You can heal your heart if you choose to. You have an opportunity to. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse here. It's like Spirit is trying to protect you from things that, you know, could be, you know, disheartening here. We have a whole bunch of thorns here in the background. You see a wolf hiding in the trees here, and Spirit is trying to shine an inner light, try to guide you into a different direction here. You know, Seven of Wands is like you feeling like you are, you know, trying to have your defenses up, but it came in reverse here, so you may feel defenseless at this time, but your spirit guides are surrounding you, showing you a lot of love and light here on where to go. They're shining a light on things that are harmful to you, so you don't have to keep going through this Three of Swords energy. Okay, a lot has to do with your emotions for the month of April. Okay, but you don't have to remain in something that, you know, makes you feel sad all the time. You can do something that makes you feel happy. All right, that's the energy that I'm getting here. Thank you, Spirit. We also have the Four of Wands too, so this also has to do with matters at the home front here. Maybe there's something that you felt like you wanted to celebrate and it was, you know, not being at the attention that you wanted here. Maybe, you know, you had a lot of relations with your friends here and you wanted to plan out certain things here, especially when it comes down again to matters of the heart, because we have a lot of green energy here and a lot of things that ended up dying out for you. But you need to understand everything is for a reason. Everything has a purpose here. Okay? They want to let you know that you have a lot of intelligence and discipline. You're hardworking. All right? That you do have a lot of, you know, new opportunities that you can give birth to. It's just that you have to be more strategic this time. You know, come from a place of light, not from the place of darkness here. All right? The more that you think negative, you know, how do you expect for positive things to actually turn out in your favor? All right, Spirit wants you to think more positive. I'm going to pull for the first house a sacred symbol, which is an additional message from your spirit guides. Thank you, Spirit. What does Gemini need to know at this current moment with the fifth house? Okay, boundaries. It's either you need to respect somebody's boundaries or you need to start building some, okay? Especially when it comes down to the fifth house here. Or maybe you need to start, especially when it's telling you to let loose a little bit. Maybe you don't have to have your guard up. Maybe you feel like you have a lot of oppositions around you and you have a hard time trusting people. But Spirit is saying that, you know, it's time for you to start bringing this balance back into your life here. It's like you're going to be weeding out who is really, you know, a good to be around and uplift your spirits than, you know, people who keep throwing you off your game, make you feel distracted. Okay, people who make you feel slum and drum. You know, Spirit is trying to put people who make you feel excited, vibrant in your life here. Like I said, you're a star card. It was telling you that you need to surround yourself with positive friendships. Okay, so you're bringing that balance. You're bringing in a balance of how to start setting proper boundaries for yourself and other people. Okay, because like I said, we had the Wheel of Fortune for you before. All right, and we had the Star card. Now this was in reverse here, but Spirit is saying when you start setting up boundaries here, a lot of people are going to be respecting you, and as well as you respecting other people's boundaries too. Okay, so it's like a give and take energy for you, balancing this inner darkness and inner light. Okay, and with the Strength card here, this is going to bring out a lot of inner child healing. Okay, because maybe back in the day you felt like, you know, especially when it comes down to teenage years or childhood years, you felt like maybe a lot of, you know, adults or people who, you know, you looked up to in your life, you weren't able to set stable boundaries there. You felt like maybe a lot of people were very intrusive, you know, and maybe you have a hard exterior because of that, but your inner child is saying here, it's okay. You know, I'll protect you. You know, you can protect me. We can protect our heart, our mind, our body, our spirit here by placing these boundaries. Okay, because when you do this, you're going to start seeing more opportunities, more things in your favor because you're blocking out the negativity here. And instead of seeing like you don't have a way out, you're going to realize that you do. Okay. What is a card for Cancer? Thank you, Spirit. What is a card for Cancer for Gemini? We also have spiritual cleansing here. So you're definitely going to have a lot of reflecting, spiritual cleansing with this energy here. A lot of your intuition is going to be kicking in for you, especially with this Cancerian energy. Cancer is also very connected to the spirit world as well. and you're going to be cleansing your energy, maybe decluttering your home. Maybe you're going to be meditating as well. Okay, being on alignment, trying to align your chakras, being connected to nature here. Or maybe you need to cleanse the home, cleanse yourself to rid the negative energy, okay, that you feel like is surrounding you at this current moment. All right, because a lot of things have hurt you here. You know, again, we have 3 teardrops. This is reminding me of the 3 of Swords energy, but you really do have to stand in your power and realize that you are the sun. Okay, you don't know it yet, but as you start nurturing yourself and you start cleansing yourself in your space and having these boundaries, a lot of things are going to be illuminated here, and you really are going to see the happiness that is supposed to surround you. And this is going to be justice for you, because we're not going to be a King of Cups in reverse. You're going to start opening up your heart after you start doing this cleansing, and a lot of things are going to come in quickly for you. This Queen of Wands is going to be upright. It's going to start building your confidence back up. Okay, and this is going to want you to start embarking on new opportunities here for you. You're going to start to feel a little bit lighter. Okay, and then with this 5 of Cups energy here, like I said, what you think is lost is truly not here. You have a second chance to bring life back into yourself here, bring back some inner peace. And you are being, once again, intuitively guided to do so, especially when you have spiritual cleansing as your symbols deck. And then at the beginning, we already started off with the High Priestess. So it's like Spirit is adamantly saying to you, it's time to start getting closer to them so you can bring more peace into your life. I'm going to pull for the first house and see what else is coming for you, Gemini. Thank you. All right, the shadow card here. So you may be also going through some shadow work, okay, in the month of April. Once again, this is like coinciding with the spiritual cleansing type of energy here. While you're doing this shadow work, it will be mainly about your heart, your emotions, okay? Being free to express yourself is what I'm getting, because we did have the Knight of Cups in reverse. All right, this is going to be, you know, while you're going through this process, it's like you're going to start seeing things in a new perspective, because right now you're in a stubborn type of mentality here. It's like you'll be able to accept certain things that need to change within your life. Hold on, let me bring this closer so you can see in the camera. Okay, and then once again, it's going to put you in a higher light here with this Empress energy. It's going to ground you, make you feel more open to receiving, more nurturing, more kind on yourself. And you're going to realize that you could heal this 3 of Swords here, especially your finances and your luck, and you being able to start new things here are going to start giving way for you, okay? Especially because you're going to listen to Spirit, especially with this spiritual cleansing energy. They're guiding you not to go down certain paths that are not serving you. You're going to be able to do this for yourself. And instead of, you know, not being able to celebrate with people who are toxic in your life, you're going to celebrate with people who deserve to be in your energy, people who uplift you. Okay, I'm going to pull some career cards before I close this out, and I'm going to pull a mindful oracle. Thank you, Spirit, for this message for Gemini. So, Spirit, can you give me a divine mindful oracle for them? Okay, you got 2 of them, and mind you, what did I say? There's certain things that need to be let go. And what did you get? You got detached. And it's saying you're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When you hold on too tightly, the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust the outcome will work out, and let go of your attachment to it. So again, with the spiritual cleansing, these boundaries, and again, this shadow work, even though I would say try to do it now before the month of April, because April is supposed to bring a lot of love and light into your life, success, happiness, and connections, nurturing. But right now, you need to detach from things that are toxic in your life, things that don't make you happy, things that constantly break your heart, things that make you sad, things that make you have resentment, things that make you have a lot of anger. It's time to let it go at this current moment in your life. And then Spirit has keep going in reverse. So with keep going in reverse, it's just trying to tell you, don't keep attaching yourself to things that bring you down. Okay, we want things to uplift you. So we want you to keep going, but go towards something positive. Okay, with that being said, it says it may feel as though you've been on the path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making progress towards your dreams. And this message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. So once again, you're almost there. Do your spiritual cleansing. have boundaries set up for you and respect other people's, and also do your shadow work here. If you keep going and doing those acts, you will bring a lot more lightheartedness and kindness and peace into your life here, even though you don't see it yet. Okay, I will pull a career card for you as well. Thank you, Spirit. And it's saying here success. Look at that. So it's saying the pathway you are on will bring you success and prosperity if you just keep going. Lots of little steps take you a long way. You're on track here. So Spirit doesn't want you rushing things when it comes down to your career. They want you to take these little steps because they want you to enjoy the moments of what's going to get you to the end game of the goal here. Because when you look back, it's going to be so much... sentimental. I have a lot of sentimental things, you know, when it comes down to telling your story of how you became, you know, it's going to be more meaningful. You have more purpose, more depth, more understanding. Okay, so keep going. All right, because you will have a lot of success in the month of April, especially when it comes down to your career, your happiness, your friendships here. And mind you, I pulled another one with detach, and then we have ending in reverse. This is something that you have a hard time letting go here, but Spirit is just reminding you once again, as saying you may leave a position or be terminated. However, there's always a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. So you need to understand that even if you're having trouble, maybe this doesn't have to be relationships wise, but this could be all about your career and you're having a hard time walking away from something that is draining you. You need to understand that you need to let it go in order to have these new beginnings where you'll be able to have a lot more fun in your life. Okay, so that was your message, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Take care. Bye.